Hello, everyone. It's time for this week's Q&A. So big hello. I'm Roger here from What's on Disney Plus. Got the live chat going on right now. So let me know in the comments if you can hear us. So this is my weekly Q&A. So we do this where Patreon and YouTube channel members can submit questions in advance. We've got some great questions that we're going to be talking about today. Plus, we have the live chat going on right now with the YouTube channel members so they can contribute. So you can either become a member and you can join in with a live chat, or you can use the super chat facility as well. All of this is great because it all helps support the channel and the website and the podcast, and it helps pay the bills and all the bits and pieces. Plus, I just really enjoy doing it every week. Just a quick note, there will not be a live stream next Sunday. I'm going to be having a couple of days away. So I just want to kind of get that one out there so you guys know it in advance. So you can see Dana said that he can hear me, so that's good. That's good. Jay Blue's just joined in saying he's made it. And also hello to Mick. This is great to see you all. So what we should do is we should jump off into some of the first questions that we've got. So first off, we've got Khalid has asked, I've read reports that HBO Max will be updating its user interface due to complaints about the app having issues and crashes. Do you think Disney should do the same for Disney Plus, considering they've had issues as well? Also, with the cable channels closing overseas, is it inevitable? Let's try to word that one again. That in the US, the cable channels will either close or consolidate with a competitor, similar to how the CW is a consolidation of UPN and the WB. Which channels in the US do you see shutting down or consolidating? Okay, so I think as far as this here goes, two things. First off with that one there, as far as Disney are making little tweaks and stuff as they go along. I think they've got so many people using it. They don't seem to be wanting to make too many big changes. I mean, we saw what happened with Star. I think they'd much rather just keep it up, keep it rolling, rather than making. I know they got little, but they're constantly tweaking it. I mean, we're constantly getting a little thing saying to do it. But yeah, I think ultimately there's a lot of issues that they need to do. But I think we all would probably agree. Much rather have a working app and then they do little tweaks and stuff, and rather than doing a whole full overlay with a brand new version and then it doesn't work and all the rest of it. I think if they were going to do a new brand new version, maybe in a few years, when whatever they do with Hulu's kind of been sorted. As far as what channels are going to close down, I think Disney XD obviously is very high on the risk. I think Freeform, those two channels are probably the ones that stand out to me the most. I still think Disney Channel and Disney Junior Channel are probably very likely to close at some point in the future, because ultimately you kind of got this thing of what's happened internationally. If kids don't watch TV the same way that we used to, and the ratings just keep dropping, and I think kids are just going to watch stuff more and more. I would really like at some point, for them to sort out what they're doing with the Disney Channel stuff. But I think just looking at what's happening internationally, that could go. I think they could maybe trim down some of the National Geographic stuff, but there's a little bit of an older audience. But for me, Freeform and Disney XD would be the ones I could see going very quickly. Hello to Menia. Thank you very much for becoming a new member. Thank you very much for your support. If you've got any questions, let me know. Also in the live chat, let me know what channels do you think might shut down in the US? Because obviously here in the UK, I mean, they've closed pretty much all of them bar National Geographic, so there's not that many left. Okay, let's move on here. Let's see here. So Connor said, on November the 12th, what type of announcements do you think Disney will make? I'd like Disney to make some major Star announcements, as well as something for the new Marvel Originals. And also, what do you think of Bob's Chapeks about the streaming bundle not being ideal? Do you reckon the Hulu's days are now numbered? Okay, so I'll do the Hulu's day, Hulu one first. Me and James did have a full-on conversation about this in the podcast yesterday. We did quite a bit of an in-depth one for this one. As far as I'm concerned, the streaming bundle isn't ideal because it's confusing. It's confusing for people to know what to get. It's not a simplified version. There's a reason why none of the competitors are doing multiple apps, because they're all consolidating. And I do think Disney will do it. Unfortunately, they're just locked into this massive contract. It's costing, they've got to get Comcast out before they can make any decisions. In that time, they can work out what they're doing. I do think right now we've got experiments going on with the streaming bundle in the US. They're going to try some kind of bundle and something down in Latin America with Star Plus. You're also going to have sort of Europe's got Star, and then in Asia, then you've got Disney Plus Hotstar. So they're trying out some different things, but I do think that there will be a change. Okay, let's have a look here. So Joe said, just seen Free Guy this weekend. Amazing. Such a good film. Have you seen it yet? No, I've not seen it yet. I really do. I love Ryan Reynolds movies. I've been a big fan of his since the Pizza Show one. And I think as far as I do want to go see it. The only reason is I'm going away next weekend, and I just didn't want to have any issues with isolation. It's that kind of thing. That was why I hadn't gone. I do want to go see it. I might go see it when I come back. And also, the kids are off at the minute, so when they all go back to school, I know, like with Shang-Chi, I'm going to try and go see that one in the morning when they've all gone to school. Do it that way. So that way, it's if I do it that would be what I'd like. Ricardo said, has it been confirmed that Saved by the Bell reboot will come to HBO Max Latin America soon? And also, is House, does that mean Universal doesn't have a clear strategy for the region? Yeah, I don't think Comcast, I think they're just grabbing whatever money they can from anywhere. I haven't heard anything about that there. But I imagine if they're not in the region, they're just selling the stuff off all over the place. So Amelia said, is the 45 window best strategy? Ooh. Right now, I'd say no. Right now, I don't think it's a good strategy. Free Guy has had a lot of good word. It's had a lot of good reviews, but it's shown that it's only pulled in 28 million. Now, would have it been less if it was on Premier Access or Disney Plus and all this? So let's take the whole HBO deal out the way at the minute, because obviously right now, Free Guy can't go to Premier Access because it wouldn't be allowed to be available afterwards, and it's got to go through. So let's just take Free Guy out of it. Let's look at Shang-Chi. For me, I feel like that movie needs to be on Premier Access right now. I think they're tracking at about 40-50 million box office. Not a huge amount. I wish it was more. I am totally looking forward to this movie. Been looking forward to this one for a long time. Brand new character, don't know much about it. New story, looks great. For me, actually, I'm much more excited about Shang-Chi than I am over Eternals and Black Widow. I wasn't that bothered about that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think that Encanto and Eternals, I mean, there's a question later on about them, but I think they're not going to do the 45 day. I just think right now, Free Guy and Shang-Chi will show that they need that money from the premium. It does hit the piracy. But the question is, with the piracy stuff, would those people have gone to the cinema anyway? I don't think they would have. I think that's the problem. What do you think? Let me all know. Do you think that more people would have pirated because it was better quality and you didn't have to worry about a man getting up and going to the toilet and someone eating some crisps behind you while they were filming it? Or do you feel like those people just wouldn't have gone anyway, so it wouldn't really make any difference? But I'd love to know what you all think. But yeah, we'll drop back in. I don't think the 45-day window is good. And I don't think going to cinema or going to Disney Plus after 45 days makes a lot of sense. I think this whole 3-month Premier Access, and then it goes to digital, then it goes to rental, and then it comes to Disney Plus after 90 days. I think that's a good way for them to keep making money as they go along. Because my big problem is if they start doing 45-day window and then they go straight to Disney Plus, they're not going to get enough money because so many people are going to wait, and the budgets are going to just keep dropping. They need to make money, and that's the key thing. And I think Premier Access sends a signal that they're more valuable, if that makes any sense. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let me know, what you think. Do you think that the 45-day window is the best strategy? I'd love to know your thoughts. Okay, so we've got another question here. Joseph asks, will the WWE network be transferred over to Peacock in the UK? When do you think Peacock will launch in the UK? Well, I do think we need to know that Peacock in the UK might not look like Peacock in the US. I think it's literally just going to be the box sets of Now TV and Sky. I know, and they're not going to include the WWE. So I wish they did, because that would save me a fortune, but I don't think they will. Joseph also added, and with HBO Max not coming to UK or Europe until 2025, as Sky owns the Warner Brother content as on Peacock and Paramount Plus through the backdoor deals, would hold on, I'm just trying to work this one out. Would they do backdoor deals with WB content on Peacock to at least? I think ultimately here in the UK right now, Sky have made deals with Peacock, or not because they own Peacock, sorry, but they've made deals with Paramount and HBO Max. Keep that content flowing while they rev up their own content creation. Peacock is really going to have to do a lot more with their content creation, I think, just as a general. Okay, so this is a good one. So John just said, I've just seen the Jungle Cruise is $17.99 and not $19.99 on Premier Access. I probably should do an article on this because I've had quite a few people comment about it. What this seems to be is it's actually not everywhere. If you go into Disney Plus or anything right now, is it's still priced at $19.99 if you go onto Android. It looks like Apple did an update recently which changed all the currency conversions and stuff, and so a load of apps and games and everything all had price reductions, and it looks like that's what's caused it. So it's actually, if you are after Disney Plus Premier Access for Jungle Cruise and maybe Black Widow as well, if that's still available, yeah, go through your Apple. You save a bit of money at the minute. So that's what that one is. Okay. Frank asks, when will Boss Baby 2 come to Hulu in the US due to the DreamWorks Hulu deal, or will it stay on Peacock because it's premiered on Peacock and theaters? I don't know if it. I think it probably will stay on Peacock. I'd imagine. They're sharing stuff, but I don't know exactly when that one might come in. Maybe after if it goes into that pay one window, it could be in a couple of months. Peacock are all over the place. John just said it's the same for Black Widow with the $17.99. That's good. I mean, yeah, it's. I think it's due to Apple of what that is. Ricardo said, do you think Disney would ever acquire Sky along with other Fox assets? Sky would have been their yeah. So I do believe that if Disney had managed to get hold of Sky here in the UK, we would have probably ended up with Star wouldn't have been part of Disney Plus. I think they would have just done something with narrative. They would have been something that they would have been able to have done. Yeah, Sky would have been maybe they might have gone with Sky as a brand rather than Star. I mean, they're all very generic names, but yeah, it would have been a very different story. In some way, I think they probably did all right by not getting Sky, because I think it's just like Comcast seemed to be very much connected on with the idea of still trying to do the old system. So I definitely think that one's. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, Lady Jennifer Snow. Do you think after the 45-day window, Disney will put Disney Plus for free, not the $30, but something 45 days is not enough to make a profit? So there's a couple of things here. First off, this whole idea that Shang-Chi is going to Disney Plus after 45 days. In the actual quarterly results call, Bob Chapek said after 45 days it can go to service. And I keep seeing this whole idea of it going to Disney Plus Premier Access after 45 days. And they could do an experiment to see how it works. But I do feel like I have asked Disney for confirmation. I did email them my contacts and stuff, asking them, haven't heard back. They might not want to do any promotion of Disney Plus before it in order to stop people from waiting, because I do that anyway. I don't think 45 days. It feels. I know they're doing it with Paramount are doing it, but I just feel like 45 days to Disney Plus is quick. But you got to remember, most of the box office numbers are done in those 45 days. I was reading this chart the other day. I can't remember where it was, and it was going through all the movies over the years, and like 98, 97, 95% of the money that they make at the box office is done in that 45 days. Now, if people are going to wait. The only thing is, to me, is then you're going to lose your rentals. You're going to lose all these different windows as you go down it. Now, I just want to be aware of people. Disney haven't actually said Shang-Chi will go to Disney Plus after 45 days. He actually said it will go to service, and I don't know what that means. It could be Disney Plus, it could be rental, it could be purchase. As you say, and the other option is they could put it onto Disney Plus Premier Access at maybe $15. And keep on that for 45 days in the same way that it's like a high price rental. That could be a way that they do it. If they do it like that, you could get that's how I would imagine they're going to do it. Maybe try it with Premier Access that way, see if that works better. If you can rent it on Apple for $12.99, I don't know. I think that if they could be a way they're doing it, or they might just go, you know what, we're going to try this 45-day thing. But it does seem very, very quickly. Doesn't seem quite good for me. It's here. We've got a question here from Amelia. The 90-day window, and then I think 90 days, 100 days for Disney Plus. I think that's fair. I mean, I'm old. I remember the movies taking years to arrive on television. You would get like a movie would be in theaters for like a year, and then it'd be on video for 18 months, and then it'll be on like Sky Cinema for a year. It'd take years to come through. Like now everyone wants it as quickly as possible. Yeah, I do feel like that is definitely a thing going forward. See what other live ones we've got here. Oh, okay. So Ricardo said this week Star Plus has finally revealed their prices for Latin America, and many people think it's very expensive. Contrast to HBO Max, where they have offered a discount permanent for summer. Right. The thing is with this, it's funny you mention that with Star Plus. Actually, now there's a lot of people been saying with the Star Plus price, because I think it's not too much when you thought of it all. They do actually have. Well, I was looking at this. There was a bit of a feedback to a lot of people going, "Wow, it's so cheap," especially from outside of sort of taking that kind of thing. And I just feel like they could the price for the looking in on Latin America looks cheap, but obviously when you're in Latin America, and I think this is something that people forget. The value of money has different levels. How much you earn per hour, how much your rent is, how much you're getting. So you've said there that many people have said that it's expensive, and that is the issue with it. I personally do not agree with this Star Plus system. I think they should have just left the sports as ESPN Plus and chucked Star in. I don't agree with it. I hope this thing fails, because we all want one app with everything in it. Yeah, as far as you said about they've got this thing with I suppose the combo option, but again, it's like you said, the price you lot feel it's expensive, and I think that's the thing that people need to remember is how much you're earning per week, per hour, etc. is how much the relations of it. So that's the key thing with this one. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So why is Disney Plus Latin America have stuff like Glee and Single Parents, even though Star Plus is coming? I'm wondering if they've done that because they aren't quite, they kind of like doing a bit of both. Maybe they feel like, they need to give, they kind of edging their bets both ways. But yeah, and also I do think like maybe in Latin America, they're not quite so, stuffy of what goes on it like they are in the US. So Joe said, will Free Guy go to Disney Plus first or Sky Cinema? I think they have got a non-exclusive deal. So it will go to Sky Cinema, but it can also go to Disney Plus as well. It's not exclusive. That's the key thing with them. John said, have you thought about doing a What's on Disney Plus TikTok page? I have got a TikTok page, and I've done a few experiments. I've done a few things on there, and I've got like 4,000 views. And then I put up another video, the weekly. I was putting up some shorter videos, and they would get like 6 views. I couldn't quite work out how I went from 4, 5, 6,000 views for me with a picture on my head of a Disney. So it's something I should be doing. I need to look more into it. I know whenever I go, I go down the TikTok rabbit hole every now and again, but most of the time I just end up seeing people dancing. And in all honesty, that's not for me. I don't know quite what I could put on TikTok. So let me know, everyone. What would be the kind of thing you'd have on TikTok? For what? Because all I ever see is celebrities and stuff dancing, and I don't know about that one. Frank says, why do FX on Hulu Originals come out weekly on Hulu instead all at once? I think generally FX, you've got to think back to the old way of FX as a traditional television channel, so still thinks weekly and still think that's a good thing. I still think it's the best way. I'm not really so keen on the whole binge system. As someone that has just binged through Diary of a Future President season 2, my review will be live on the website tomorrow. I like the weekly version. I don't like this drop everything at once. We've got Growing Up Animals coming on. I prefer the weekly things. FX is kind of keeping to that old model that they used to do. Right, let's have a look here. So Mick says, we'll be going on holiday. We'll be taking a break with the weekly announcements. Will be James making the announcements? Well, I'm only going to be away for the weekend. We have already pre-recorded a podcast for next week. Me and Mo are talking about and also on the Sunday, me and Jeremy are talking about, I think it's X-Men Apocalypse is the movie we've got to do a review for. So we've got videos going up on the Saturday and the Sundays. Friday, I'll probably pre-record that on Thursday, and then Monday I'll be home. There might not be one on Tuesday due to something I've got to go do for the website. So keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, there won't. As far as news and stuff, I'm going to try and have a couple of days off. In all honesty, I've actually scheduled a load of articles and columns to go up. So there is stuff going up on the thing. But I'm trying to take a couple of days off. Any news on from when September Disney Plus Star UK? So this usually starts floating around about now, because it's the 15th of the month, and this is traditionally around this time when the US will start dropping what they're doing. So any day from tomorrow, we could get September's lineup for what's coming. I suspect over the next tomorrow and Tuesday, we will probably start getting the originals. We've already had a few, Doogie MD, Star Wars Visions. We'll probably get a few, and we've had the shorts. I think we'll be getting Doug Days as well. So there's going to be a few things arriving. So we'll start getting those announcements as we go along. And then what will happen from there is once that one drops, then the UK will drop after it. And then usually Canada drops after that and Australia a little bit later. So this week, I suspect any given day, any given minute, but the UK one will always come after the US one. Okay. So Ricardo said, actually, it's actually been confirmed that Disney Plus Star Plus would share some content like The Simpsons. That's cool. I mean, I think it's a good idea for them to share stuff anyway. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so Caleb said, speaking of the WWE, there was a UK fan who asked on Peacock on Twitter regarding WWE. Peacock responded that it's a UK exclusive. I understand since they have a deal with B. Yeah, it is a US system. It would be nice if it was. It would save me £10 a month. How come Nomadland and Summer So on Hulu, even though the Fox deals is still happening? First off, I think these are getting around it because they went to cinema at the same time, and I suspect we're going to see these come off of Hulu when the pay one window starts and they have to go to HBO. That's my prediction on what they've done with them. And it might be different as well because they are new, maybe because they were new acquired after the deal, but they're Searchlight pictures, so it might be a little bit different. But I suspect they will disappear off Hulu when pay one window starts. Amelia says, I'm from the Netherlands, and when does Last Man... I don't know Netherlands lineup. I know it's only just arrived here in the UK 2 weeks ago, so I don't know yet when that one has arrived yet. Usually, there's actually... I've got 2 mods from the Netherlands on our Facebook. So they usually keep me up to date on everything going on over there. Kelly said, I prefer the weekly schedule, keeps the conversations going. It's not just the conversations. I just generally feel like once you go into work and you haven't got the time to do a binge for 8-10 episodes, you haven't got the time. So with a weekly one, you can kind of check in. I think that's why Disney are doing this thing with the younger shows, where the younger kids have got time. So like dropping Diary of a Future President, if they're thinking that their prime audience is kids and they're all off school, they can actually do it. John said, any release date for Peacock UK yet? No, nothing yet. Joe said, will American Horror Stories premiere with 1 episode or 2? That we have not had it confirmed yet how they're going to do it. I would imagine 2, or I'll probably say 1 now, because we're already behind Hulu. Ricardo said it's been confirmed that the complete season of will come complete. Do you think that's the plan for Miss? No. It's primarily Hawkeye was done like that because Diary of a Future President is the audience. It's a much younger audience, and they binge. Kids binge. It's a kids show, so kids can binge it. 10 episodes, I think they can, but they will not do it with Hawkeye or Miss Marvel because they get your money for 2 months. You gotta look at it that way. They get your money for 2 months at least. Stephen Bruce, when does Sky UK? So that'll be later in the week, probably. Is there going to be a Benedict Society 2 or High School Musical the series, season 3? Don't yet know about Benedict Society season 2. Hope they do. It left on a cliffhanger, and I think it was a really good show. High School Musical season 3, there's been no official confirmation, but there was a survey sent out by some Disney Plus asking if you would be interested in it. And if it was released, would you like it all at once? Again, younger audience. So there's been rumors of it. Frank said, "How become the Wolverine is rated 16 on Disney Plus, even though it's family friendly service?" Well, you got to remember here in the UK, Disney Plus is not a family friendly service. We have The Walking Dead starting on Monday. We have Deadpool. We have Deadpool 2. It's very much along the lines of, it's the whole thing with this family-friendly thing doesn't exist internationally. It's only in the United States that they've kind of still been clinging on to that. Okay, so one thing I love about What If is the end credits with the concept art reminds me of The Mandalorian. Yeah, I do love that. Yeah, I don't think my version I watched of that episode, because I watched it a bit early, did have them. Joseph, when can we see Ad Astra and Le Mans come to Disney Plus? You know what? I want to watch both of them. Let me just have a look. They must be coming up. I'm wondering if they're September on them. And I hate Le Mans as the name. I keep thinking of Ford versus Ferrari. That's what it's supposed to be called. I know, not this. So it looks like it is still on Sky Cinema, and it is leaving Sky Cinema on the 8th of September. So it looks like it could be any time after that. And then Ad Astra, I'm imagining it's going to be around the same time. So again, Sky Cinema. It's on Sky Go at the minute. And it doesn't tell me what it's doing. Why is it saying? It's still showing on Sky Cinema. Yeah, so it's not going anywhere on that one yet. So that's why that one's not coming in. Okay, let's jump in. Frank says on the list for the Our House season 5, says Our House episode 5 and 8, even on the website. Well, the thing is, sometimes, and this is a really annoying, is Disney send me a list of everything that's coming about a month ahead, and they change things. They do it all the time. They do it. I literally most days will go in on the Wednesdays and the Fridays and check everything that they're going. I didn't check how many episodes, but this happens sometimes, and this is I get this a lot. They will send me an email with this is what's happening, and they will put up on their own website the list, and there's differences even between them. So yeah, sometimes it's just they change things or they don't give us the wrong information. Will Logan ever come to Disney Plus Star UK? It will do. It just has to leave. Do you think streamings are aware of VPNs? You think are against it? Do you think the streamers are? They are aware of streamers. I don't know if streamings. Do you think they're against it? They are. They don't like it. Obviously, because it takes into it. Disney was much more active when Disney Plus wasn't available in more countries. They kind of seem to have not worried so much. I think with Disney it's very tricky in the fact of if they're trying to stop you from using Disney using a VPN or something like that here, it doesn't really matter to them so much because it's their own content. It's not like it's somebody, they're making. So Sky aren't quite so bothered about it. I know Netflix have been doing a lot more of a clampdown. Mick says, will there be a release date for Miss Marvel soon? I don't think it's coming this year. Steve says, do you use Geek Town info for your TV show dates? I've never heard of the website, Geek Town. I'm going to have a look at that one later. I've never used that one. I've never heard of them. Let's see what else here we got. Frank said, I think the reason why Glee and Baby Daddy is on Disney Plus is because they here in Mexico, most people, even kids, watch. I think just as a whole, the rest of the world is a little bit more looser on what we watch. Is Deadpool coming to the UK because of the email? I'm guessing it's going to be coming soon because of that email. Let's jump into now and see what we've got in some of the questions, because we've got a few more here that were preset in. I wanted to focus there a little bit more on the live chat. Right, let's have a look here. Lady Jennifer Snow said, I know ever since the streamer, we have to lower our expectations. But do you think on November the 12th, Disney Plus Day, they can lead to a big announcement? Right. I think I'm in this line of thing. I think this event, Disney Plus Day, I think there are going to be some big announcements. I think there will be some. I'm not expecting the same level as the Investors Day where they announced like 100 things. I don't think they'll do that. I think it'll be a little bit more toned back, focusing primarily on the next few months. It'll be kind of focusing on November, December, January, February to kind of get you subscribed up and all the rest of it. So I am expecting some trailers, some bits and pieces, kind of maybe not, I don't know necessarily it'll be a live event. They haven't really announced anything. It could change. But I'm also very much aware of the fact that that streamer event with the running water and National Streaming Day and all these kind of things, just keep it down. And also the problem is as well, sometimes they can do all these announcements and we already know about them. They've already leaked. If they turn around and go, we're going to be making a new series all about, Marvel's Echo. Yeah, we've known about that one for 6 months, Or, She-Hulk, if they give us, the first look at, Moon Knight or something like that, sometimes we've seen this stuff already. So yeah, that's one issue. Frank said, is there a chance Encanto and Eternals could still come to Disney Plus Premier Access? I am sure. I'm definitely sure Encanto will. I mean, and Eternals, I suspect they're trying to get that contract sorted. It's definitely going to be. Yeah, it's like. I think the trouble is with those movies. I think they're going to have to. I don't think the box office is there. I think they're going to need to prop up with digital. I think people have also flipped over. You only have to look at the comments, and you've got a real mix going on right now. You've got this mix of like cinema people that love it, and they all want everything to go back, and streaming is the devil, and they just don't want. They want, if they get rid of all this stuff, it will all go back to normal. And then there's a whole load of people going, you know what? I don't really like normal. I don't really want to go back to that. I like it, and I think we're going to have to find that that middle ground of what they do with that one. Stuart says, do you think the upcoming FX show Welcome to Wrexham will be on Disney Plus internationally? They have already announced that it will be. It will be. I know I was listening to Ryan Reynolds the other day. He was talking about them. It will be. I have had an email a couple of months ago saying that it will be on Disney Plus internationally, and then it'll again be on FX. You got to think. We had an email a couple of months ago now saying I think it was about 25 to 30 FX shows will be coming to Disney Plus. At the minute, I think they've just got to get rid of the some of the contracts with BBC and stuff. But yeah, so that's an issue. So let's now do the next question here. Stuart also asks, is it wrong to assume that every 20th television Hulu original, such as the upcoming Dope Six starring Michael Keaton, will come to Disney Plus internationally? Yes, so this is how I view it. If it is made by a Disney studio, if it's made by FX, 20th Century Television, ABC, it is likely then to be a Disney Star original internationally. If it's made by another company and it's been like purchased by them, then I go with the idea of it might not be. I know a lot of the times with the Hulu stuff, they'll be like, this, and I'm going, whoa, hold on, nobody's involved here from Disney. Have they just purchased the US rights or the world rights? There's also some shows that they're making for 20th television that are going to be coming to start. I think there's one coming up to Fox about some big singing thing or something that we're going to be getting here on Star, and it's going to be on Fox in the US. So yeah, it's a bit of a different one. So we've got two more questions on here. So Frank said, we've done the Frank. Okay, Frank asked, if Disney can do FX on Hulu with FX originals on Hulu the day after, why don't they not do it for Disney Show? Oh, the $1 million question. And I wish Disney could sort this out. Why don't Disney Channel shows arrive? Like right now, look at Spin this weekend, or the Descendants Royal cartoon thingamajiggy, and the Bake Off. Why aren't they on Disney Plus this weekend? Because the Disney Channel is still trying to protect the Disney Channel. The Disney Channel still got income. They've got contracts. They have to keep these things going to that network to keep that network alive. If they stop, I think at some point it's going to happen. They're going to have to start doing day and date on. They're already moving things around a little bit, getting things on there a bit quicker. I don't think Spin's going to take 6 months to get on there like Zombies 2. They are going to have to do it quicker. Why they can't do it? They're just trying to protect Disney Channel. That's the way I'm looking at it. The Disney Channel executives are still trying to look after what they're doing, and this whole company's moving to Disney Plus. It'll happen eventually. It really frustrates me because of what's happening, like here in the UK and in Australia, etc. We don't even have the Disney Channel. So why isn't Spin out now? Why not use Spin as a promotion tool this weekend and go, okay, on Friday next week, Spin's coming. Why make us wait for it when we've got no reason for them to make us wait for it? But they don't want it. They're still, to me, they're still like the Disney Channel trying to protect the Disney Channel. They're trying to keep their job going. Right, last one from the pre-ones. Frank asks, if Hulu does shut down at the time Disney Plus owns it, what will happen to the Hulu originals distributed from other networks? I imagine this will work in a way of if Disney have the distribution rights, they might be able to use it on Disney Plus, or they just revert back to them. Those are going to be the two ways. I mean, I look at like look at what's happened here in the UK with Fox. They shut down Fox. Some of the shows are moved over to Disney Plus, but not all of them. It depends on their contract of like whether or not they had exclusive rights or if they didn't have exclusive rights. But I think a lot of them, if they've got the distribution rights, they'll just move them over if they do it. I mean, it could be a while off yet. Right, let's jump into this now and do some more live chat. So we've got about 8 to 9 minutes left on the live chats before we go. Okay, so here we go. So Frank asks, could Despicable Me come to Disney Plus Spain because Disney Plus Spain has a deal with Universal over there? It could do. I know I know like Incredible Hulk and a few other movies are on there, so that if they've got distribution rights, we could see it. Joe asks, will Tailspin ever come to Disney Plus UK? I don't know why we haven't got it in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all why we haven't got that yet. So John said, will this new, I think this is Disney Plus Day, will it be on YouTube or on Disney Plus? I imagine it will be on YouTube. Hope so. Mick says, have not seen the Disney Plus, also the Deadpool 2 Christmas special. Hopefully that will be out this year. Hope so. I'd love it if they put it on main Disney Plus. I think that would be great. Frank says, why is Brickleberry labeled as a Comedy Central comedy show on Hulu, even though it was distributed by Fox? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Joe said, is American Crime Story Season 3 going to be Disney Plus UK or streaming on the BBC E? This was a funny one because I saw this, the fourth season has been announced this past week. And it's like, it might have, it depends on the contract of whether or not it was all future seasons of American Crime Story have to go to BBC first, or if that FX deal, once that runs out, they lose it. Because I think that runs out the end of this year, I believe. So I don't know yet. I go with the idea of, if it's on another network already, it probably won't go to Disney Plus internationally first. I think that's just generally how it seems to be working. Stevenson, what's going on with Star Trek Picard, and do you think Manifest will get picked up for Star as it got dropped from? I think Manifest seems to be doing quite well on Netflix. I don't think Disney will pick it up because they haven't got the rights to the other shows, and yeah, why spend money on something that was so bad they cancelled it? It gets me every time they cancel a show and everyone starts running around like trying to get every other network to pick it up. Netflix has shown that when they do this, it doesn't really work. Eventually, it's a dead show because it's a dead show. I just wish when they did this, they'd finish the story off. Do go, right, okay, we're going to cancel it, but we'll do one more season and end the story and end it. So we all can, rather than just end it on a cliffhanger and we never know what's going to happen. As far as Star Trek Picard, I can't board of that one, so I've got no idea what's going on with that one. Lady Jennifer said, when Disney can buy Comcast, do you think Disney will put ESPN all in? I think when they do this, we're gonna another 2 years yet. If they wait, I think they're gonna see what's going on with HBO. They'll be seeing what's going on, and then they're gonna have much more data from Europe, much more data from Latin America and Asia. I think if they're gonna do anything, they'd merge in Hulu and Disney Plus, keep ESPN Plus separate, but you can access ESPN Plus within Disney Plus. That's my guts on that one. That would be how I could see it. It makes more sense to do what they've done with Disney Plus of incorporated, but in India, I know sport is really popular, but it would be a massive upgrade. So let's see here. Kayla said, as for the linear channels consolidating, I see Freeform consolidating with Adult Swim, spinning off from. Well, Freeform is owned by Disney. It's not. I don't know about Adult Swim. I know Adult Swim has history with 20. Yes, yeah. Again, I think because you're jumping around between I think CN and Boomerang fit under Warner. Frank said, what happened to Adult Swim on Fox? Well, Adult Swim it depends again down to that. It was contracts, because if Adult Swim didn't have a streaming deal, that could be the issue. Will Sausage Party come to Hulu because of the Sony deal? Yeah, it's a Sony movie that it could come to it if they've got legacy rights to that movie. That is such a fun movie. It's wrong in so many levels, but it was a lot of fun. Do you think Disney Plus UK will add Spooky Buddies in October for Halloween season? I'd imagine so. There must be a reason why we've not got it. I hadn't really. I know it was coming in the US, but I didn't. It's not a movie I've gone and checked, to be honest. Frank said, "Will the Disney Plus live TV be available through Disney Plus instead of unsubscribing Disney Plus and resubscribing to Hulu?" We don't yet know where if they ever do this stuff, and Hulu Live is like not really picking up a lot, and I think another few years of live TV, I think we're just that market is just getting smaller every year, so that is an issue. I could see that live TV. I don't see that as possible. Have we got a date yet for Orville? I know that they've only literally. I read the other day. I think they've only just wrapped up filming. Because obviously with COVID, everything's been delayed, so it's a while off yet. Adult Swim is on all 4. Kayla said, I could see Into the Spider-Verse coming to the Disney Plus. I suspect, and this is my gut telling me on this one, that if we're going to start seeing Spider-Man stuff, I think around about Christmas might be a good time, with this other movie coming out. Lady Jennifer, do we know when Disney stuff will start showing Sony stuff? Well, they said that it would start from June, but they've not really done a lot. So maybe they're getting their ducks in a row and all the rest of it. To be clear, the third season that will I think they have said that it will be a Hulu original, so it'll be a Star original or Star exclusive for us. I know the Orville is coming to Disney Plus here in the UK in September, so yeah. The War of the World seems to have gone downhill. Stephen, I'm going to be honest, Stephen. I watched about half of season 1, and I kind of drifted off a little bit. I mean, my problem is when it goes to the French bit. When I go to the French bit, I then have to look up to read the because it's kind of sometimes it's like I'll have put these kind of shows on, and it's like I'm working away, I'm doing articles and stuff like that, and so what I'll do is War of the Worlds will come on and they start speaking French. I'm like, right, I've got to stop and read now. And it's whereas some shows you can like listen to and you don't actually, you can kind of watch and multitask. And War of the Worlds for me was that. But once they start going the French mode, I just can't. It's like if I want to watch like Money Heist. Money Heist is great because and Lupin are saying on Netflix because the audio doesn't match with the video. It doesn't matter if you're not watching. But yeah, I think that's the only thing for me. Sony, some stuff is showing up on Hulu, but they have to finish the contract. Yeah, this is again because contracts. These contracts are just going on and on and on. They're going to be with us for years yet. And you have to think of how long, the Sony deal is going for. 2026 or something like that. Joe asked, when could King of the Hill come to Disney Plus UK? It doesn't seem to be showing up anywhere. And I don't know if there's a reason why they don't want to do it, if there's any controversy or they just something. But it's not on any Disney Plus yet around the world, so they seem to be holding it back. Joe said, isn't the new Spider-Man film delayed? They've not said it yet. They've not said it's delayed. Sony are just waiting to see what's happening with this variant because they've got no streaming contract to send it to. They've got nothing like that. Venom has only been pushed back 3 weeks. The funny thing is with Spider-Man is if they push it into 2022, it will then have to go to Netflix and then it'll have to go to Disney Plus and pay 2. So actually, if it goes back a couple of weeks, it actually then means we definitely will be coming to Disney Plus at some point. Right. Okay. So that is it for this week. Thank you very much to everyone for joining in on the live chat. Thank you very much to Lady Jennifer Snow for the super chat. Really appreciate that one. Thank you very much to Emil for becoming a member. That's great. Again, there won't be a live chat next week. I will be back in 2 weeks for another live one. But yeah, it's great to have everyone on here. Great to do the live chat. Hopefully, it's all seemed to be running a bit more smoothly. I've done a few more recordings and stuff since last week's, so we've kind of got used to how you use the software. It all seems to be good. All seems to be going quite nicely. You guys seem to be getting with all well. We haven't had any technical issues, I don't think. And so on that note, thank you very much. And I shall see you guys in 2 weeks in the live chat, but I'll be back with videos and stuff again from tomorrow. See you later. Bye.